Well, good morning, everyone. I think we can all 100% agree on the weather, so I think we should just start with that. Just phenomenal weather. For those of you who don't live in Bloomington and are joining us this morning, I can tell you that the past several weeks in Bloomington have been super hot and humid. So this is truly a gift, which we are going to enjoy. So I hope you enjoy your weekend. I'm Paula McDevitt. I'm the director of the City of Bloomington Parks and Recreation Department, and I'd like to welcome you to Bryan Park Pool and the new Kristen Ann Clifton Huerta Memorial Garden, which we're going to hear a lot more about this morning. And before we get started, you've all received a program, and if you didn't get a program, our staff will circulate and give you one, but I want to draw your attention to the front part of the card and the illustration, because this is really after talking to Michael and his vision. Joanna Sparks, our city landscaper, this is what she does, and this is her vision, and we fine-tuned it with Michael, so we really wanted to incorporate it in the invitation somehow as a keepsake, but it really is how this all began. Just a little bit about the Bloomington Parks and Recreation Department. We manage about 2,274 acres of properties across Bloomington, which include 40 park sites, a golf course, an ice arena, 2 community pools, one which you are standing outside of, 3 community centers, several natural properties, tennis courts, basketball courts, and over 30 miles of trails. The department is proud, and we professionally provide our community with lots of opportunities to be physically active, to have fun, to ride bikes, to hike, to explore, to discover, or maybe just sit and enjoy nature. In addition to all the programs and services we provide, the department is also responsible for 220,000 square feet of landscaping space. And this task, as I mentioned, is overseen by Joanna Sparks, our city landscaper. And unfortunately, Joanna could not be here today, but she and her crew worked several months to bring this garden to life. We are so honored and grateful that Michael Huerta, Kristen's husband, has chosen one of our parks to create a beautiful, peaceful garden to honor his wife, Kristen. Michael has worked side by side with our staff, our foundation members, to make his vision for the garden a reality. So after many months of planning and preparation, we are thrilled to be here today to celebrate Kristen and officially open the garden. The garden, we know, will be enjoyed by so many people as they visit this park or enter the pool or maybe just walk by on their way to a ball field. It's also a very nice place just to sit and enjoy the benefits of just being, to sit and be still and pause. Now I'd like to read a statement that Michael has asked me to share with you all this morning. On behalf of Michael, I'd like to thank the City of Bloomington, Mayor John Hamilton, Deputy Mayor Mick Reneisen, the Bloomington Parks and Recreation Department, Paula McDevitt, Director, Dave Williams, Operations and Development Director, City Landscaper Joanna Sparks, and her crew of many, Tim, Alex, John, another Alex, Scott, Dennis, Zach, Sean, and Natalie. The Board of Park Commissioners, Kathleen Mills, President, and the Bloomington Parks Foundation, Debbie Lemon, President. And Vince Taylor, attorney at law. When Kristen passed, I knew that I wanted to find a place to display her collection of daylilies, hostas, rocks, and lawn art. I spoke with Vince, who suggested that I approach the city with that idea. I then talked to Dave, who was eager to look into the thought. Dave then arranged a meeting with Travis Fensel from the Parks Foundation. We agreed that a new garden would be established next to the entrance of Bryan Park Pool using Kristen's flowers from our house. Joanna and her crew made multiple trips to our house and transplanted the flowers, the rocks, and lawn art to the new garden. She and her crew deserve an enormous amount of thanks for the care that they took to help make this idea a reality. I hope that everyone enjoys Kristin's flowers for years to come. Thank you for coming today. Thank you, Michael. Okay, so now I would like to introduce Laura Hormuth, Kristin's sister, to say a few words.
Well, hello everybody. I just want to welcome everybody here today and thank you all for being here. It's such a special day for me and for my family. I have my sister here and our Clifton cousins are here, my daughter and my granddaughter, and just to be here to see this beautiful garden, to see the garden continued. You know, when Mike first started talking about the garden, I had a hard time visualizing what it was going to be. Yeah. And I'm just so happy that he had this vision and stuck with it and completed it and saw this project to completion. And I've been out here several times during the spring. I was out when Joanna came to the garden to look at the plants, and then I saw the garden when it was just, you know, just dirt basically and some of the old plants. And then I came back a couple weeks ago and I was just overwhelmed by how beautiful it was and all the care that they had taken to create this space that was just absolutely beautiful and something that we will all enjoy for many years to come. And I hope you all come back here to see the daylilies and not the daylilies, what am I thinking? Daffodils. The daffodils in the spring, in the early spring, because she had a beautiful collection of daffodils and most of them are here and they're going to be absolutely beautiful in the spring. So I know this is a place I'm going to be coming back to see for many years to come. In fact, I even said to our Clifton cousins and family, you know, this should be like a yearly family reunion that we do to come back here and see the garden and just really enjoy Bloomington and visit with Michael and see their garden as well. So what's really surprising, if you go out to their house, I mean, he has a YouTube video that he created, there's still a lot more flowers out in their garden at home. That's what absolutely blows me away. So I definitely want to thank the city for helping to make this happen. And I really want to thank Michael because for me, this is something like when I saw it for the first time a couple weeks ago, it's like it made me so happy. I mean, I was just like joyfully happy. I drove home with the biggest smile on my face, with the biggest smile on my face all day. And you know, I feel like as you get older, there's not many things that make you that happy. And it really just brought me so much happiness. And so I just want to thank him for doing that and creating that memory and that happiness for me and my family. So thank you very much. And thank you all for being here today.
Hello, good morning. I'm Kathleen Mills. I'm the president of the Board of Parks Commissioners. And unfortunately, I never knew Kristin, but I was able to look at some of her YouTube videos that she and Michael put together about gardening. And I felt an instant kinship with her watching some of those videos. I'm not really a gardener myself, but I nodded knowingly over and over again as Kristin would comment on the videos, oh look, a few daylilies have survived the deer. Or I used to do impatiens in these pots, but the deer ate them. You can see from the videos and from the small portion of Kristin's garden here how much she really relished tending to a wide variety of plants and flowers. I understand that Kristin and Michael used to happily eat blueberries, cucumbers, green beans, spinach, and much more almost daily from her garden in the summer. And I have also heard about her creative Halloween pumpkin designs that were legendary at the IU office of the registrar where she worked for many years. And I don't know if she grew those pumpkins herself or just the designs. Okay. As well, comments from neighbors and friends on the Allen Funeral Home memory page for Kristin also revealed that she was generous with her knowledge of plants and always happy to help out a fellow gardener. It's hard to believe that this is just a small portion of Kristin's impressive and multifaceted garden. But what a lovely corner it is. As several people have already mentioned, Parks Department landscaper Joanna Sparks very thoughtfully arranged these plants. It's a perfect nook for a living memorial to Kristin. Already, since the garden has come in, I have stood in line for entry to the Bryant Park pool, listening to other pool patrons comment on the flowers and delight at spotting the little statues, which you can see if you get back in there a bit. The bench, as well, is perfectly situated among the trees to provide shade and, as Paula said, a spot for reflection. The Nelson and Huerta family's generous donation of both this garden and a financial contribution will allow the Parks Department to fund and maintain garden projects in other parks properties, thus sharing throughout the city something that I can tell Kristen truly loved. Like cooks sharing recipes, gardeners usually love to pass along cuttings of plants and tips for how to maximize garden growth. How fitting then that Kristen's love of tending to these plants can be shared with all those who visit Bryant Park. I hope every park visitor who comes to swim at the pool or play softball or walk on the trail will take a moment to reflect on this poignant legacy left by Kristen Huerta and her family. Thank you. And next I'd like to welcome up Debbie Lemon, the president of the Bloomington Parks Foundation.
Thank you, Kathleen. And thanks for everyone to be here today. What a wonderful group of people, and it's just so wonderful to have Kristen's family here. I appreciate the fact that Kristen not only brought us beautiful plants, but perfect weather. So we will give hats off to her for making this such a lovely day. The Parks Foundation is very grateful to Michael. Michael worked a long time in making this decision. He worked very closely with my colleague Travis Vinsel in putting together a truly lifelong legacy of Kristen's by not just these beautiful plants and all the love and care that came with it, but a generous gift that will benefit all of our parks for a very long period of time. And the family has put together also a legacy by encouraging others to donate to the Kristen Ann Huerta Parks Beautification Program. And then we're putting that together on our website as we speak, thanks to Julie Ramey over there. So very soon you'll be able to go online and add to Kristen's legacy. So we are so grateful that you have piqued people's interest in continuing her legacy through a donation. The Parks Foundation has been around for over 50 years, and we're kind of the conduit for just gifts such as Michael's and Kristen's and other gifts. A couple of weeks ago, one of our previous board members, Don Martin, his family gave a gift that gave us new exercise equipment, a fitness station down at Winslow Park. So gifts like that over the years have made our parks the award-winning programs that they are. I mean, literally national award-winning programs. So through the foundation and folks like you, we've been able to make the Bloomington's Park and Recreation Department one of the best in the country. So we thank you so much for being here today, for your gift, and for Kristen. Every day that people walk by, they'll think of her and they'll think of Michael's wonderful, generous gift to the community. Thank you very much.
Okay, so now we will move to the moments we've been waiting for to officially cut the ribbon and open the garden. And in a few minutes after we've cut the ribbon, I would like to invite you to walk through the garden. And as you enter, look around. Perhaps sit on the bench, look at the crabapple trees, wander down the pathway. You can look right and look left and see hostas, ferns, and daylilies. A truly peaceful place in our little corner of the community. I'm sure you'll find that Kristen's flowers and her love for her garden is present all around you in this very, very special place. So again, thank you for coming, and I'd like to invite you to move over to our ribbon cutting and the entrance of the garden. And when we get all set up, we will officially cut the ribbon. Oh, one more very important detail. Thank you, Michael. Lunch, of course. Kristen's family would like to invite you all to lunch at 11:30 at D'Angelo's. The address is on the card. So again, if you didn't pick one of these up, please see our staff members at the entrance and they will give you one. But they really like to have everyone join them for lunch. Thank you. Thanks, Michael. Okay.
think she wanted you.
Goes on a downslope.
And then what they got